I'm not picking a side. I'm just saying if they lead in domestic violence when it comes with each other, and also there is a form that's not being reported where men get abused in these heterosexual straight relationships, and on top of that, the child abuse. Are they really safer than us?
Yes. So I just want to say that it's very bizarre to only look at domestic violence as if that's the only kind of violence that matters. When you look at homicide rates, robbery rates, gang violence rates, mass shooting rates, murder rates, war crime rates, literally every fucking measurement of violence that you can think of besides just domestic violence, men are overwhelmingly the perpetrator for disproportionate amount of the violence. So to look at the one area out of like hundreds where women got the dub over men, and then go, oh, well then women are just as well as men. It's idiotic. Also,
but beef, if you continue focusing in, you're going to find out that it's African American men that are responsible for a majority of the violence.
Is not likely to affect you because it's domestic, it's in the household. The violence that's likely to affect you is stuff like war and crime that is in public, that affects strangers. So we're worried about who should run society. You're not talking about in the home anymore. So that's the kind of violence you should be worried about. But this is just an utterly bizarre thinking style to think that we're going to look at one area where women are more violent than men and ignore the thousands of areas that men are more violent than women and then say it's equal. This is fucking nonsense.
And before you go communist, that's the only reason why, Beef, I said most of us are not lesbians. Because that's not... Yes, I agree that statistically speaking, they have the most DV cases. Like, I'm not going to sit here and deny that. But that's not the majority of us. Like, if we actually look at all of the violence that's actually happening, it's not coming majority from lesbian couples. It's not. And this is not because I'm trying to bash men. I'm not doing that. Like, I actually like men, right? But why are we just being disingenuous in
Vanessa,
conversation?
Vanessa, I actually used to believe what you're saying. Vanessa, what you're saying right now, Vanessa, is...
Honestly, we don't need your help as moderators.
Oh my God.
So Vanessa, what you're saying right now is... What you're saying right now is exactly what I used to believe. But then, like, I started, like, looking at human beings, and I realized, no. Women are just as violent as men are. The only reason why the tangible numbers for physical violence are higher than for us is because we're stronger. And then women also commit violence in subtle ways. And a lot of male violence is done on behalf of women. So a good chunk of violent cases are done because women need a conduit to actually commit the violence on, and they just hijack a dude to go do it. And then the other thing is that let's not even look at physical violence. When you look at other forms of violence that are more insidious, that are harder to report, women are venomous, they're poisonous. When a woman a woman can destroy you violently and not even touch you. All she has to do is open her mouth. When she opens her mouth, other people will touch you. The authorities will touch you. Fuck even physical, we're talking about fuck up your life. Like, fuck up your actual fucking life. So when it comes to that aggression, women just, and you see it in female conversations, and this is one of the reasons why good women don't speak up against bad women. Because when you see a group of ain't shit ass bitches, they're all being ain't shit, you have one girl speaking out, man, they tear her a new asshole. Get the fuck out of here talking about women ain't violent. The fuck out of here. They're fucking bullies. The reason why they don't do that, give a female brain man strength. Give a female brain man strength. You think we have violence today? Man, you think shit popping off today? Give a female brain man muscles.
That's
talk about they ain't violent.
That's tough. And my homie just messaged me because he was anonymous in the room and shit. I think he's still down there. He messaged me and said that another thing that you can add on is women actually hurting themselves. They're violent to themselves also is what he was saying. He basically saying that they need in suicide attempts. We're just more successful at it, which kind of, adds on to what NPC was saying. Like, I think you might be on to something. I'm not going to agree with you, but you might be on to something.
Well, be honest, and with shit like that, it's like, I think, if a man want to do it, he gonna do it. I think women, to attempt a suicide and lead in that so they didn't really want to kill themselves, they just wanted attention. When we talk about the difference, though, between like women and men in violence, I think it's more so a vindictive thing. Like, I don't know about y'all, but coming up, right? Like, if you looked at, like, women, like, when women fight, like, if two men fight, like, when I was in high school, they just, they scrap it up or whatever, keep it the fuck pushing. They may hold a grudge with each other down the line, but, it is what it is. But women, they trying to cut a chick face. They want to leave her with some shit that's going to last the rest of her life. Like, they want to make sure she ain't pretty no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, they get more vicious, bro.
So, y'all, think about the shit that we say. Think about how fighting used to be for men. Fighting used to be for men, all right, fuck the guns, fuck the knives, let's scrap. Get a fair one. Nigga, if you lose, all right, you might get clowned, whatever, but there's an honor in losing. All right, pick up your hat, fight another day. All right, all right, you saw that left hook, all right, nigga got me, right? There's an honor, right? And I'm not saying that honor was always followed, but I'm saying that there was at least a social expectation. Niggas call other niggas bitches for not even wanting to fight. If you lose a fight and you try to do something after and you lost, that's called being, why you doing that feminine shit? The shit, look, how niggas even commit violence today is called bitch shit. Think about how spiteful women are. Think about how spiteful they are. Men, I don't see men as spiteful. Imagine if a woman had a man's physical power, given how spiteful some of them are. Get the fuck. The reason why domestic violence is higher when it's two females is because women are emotionally erratic. How come when niggas go to jail, the main thing we say is that these niggas emotional? So how the fuck are we saying that women aren't violent when the most violent men in society act like women? And somebody else talk, man. People don't want to hear this shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for hearing it.
I think it might be because you're being biased.
I'm not being biased at all. I'm just telling you.
To say that you don't think men can be spiteful.
I didn't say that. Vanessa, I didn't say that.
I did a statement for the sake of an argument.
I did not say men cannot be spiteful. I said men. I've never seen a man be spiteful in a way. Actually, there's one dude I've seen, but
that's okay. But my point is,
hold
on, you literally cut me off on me. Okay.
Yeah, it's the second time you're doing this. You're cutting people off to like create arguments out of thin air.
I'm not creating an argument. I'm pointing out something that he said. That is, it doesn't even make sense. Being spiteful is not something that is gender-based. That's why these arguments are so ridiculous. Y'all are having gender wars for nothing.
It's not a gender war conversation, love.
It definitely was turned into a gender war.
It's an acknowledgement.
I
definitely was.
I don't feel like Vanessa and me have a rapport a little bit.
institutions and countries, including African countries, that partook in these things. If your parents or grandparents are black people that own other blacks for family purposes should be exempt from that. But if they were owning them for like breeding farms and other nefarious acts, they should pay. If other people that work at different companies, like say J.P. Morgan Chase, the Vanderbilts, and different family funds that have trillions of dollars of off-balance sheets money, they should be fined too, right? Citigroup, they're a part of it. U.S. Bank, they're a part of it. Facebook, if you have been a part of Meta, and Meta has been known for racial profiling and shit like that, and doing things racially, they should be fined too. This is how you fund it. Be careful. Don't worry about you being taxed. We clearly know you can't afford it. We know that.
Oh, but Cypher,
you know what I mean?
Some of these groups that participated were inherited or either bought out by bigger companies.
And those companies too, yeah. So we would do a whole investigation of who to go after and target those people, right? Including those other countries. Because the government can do one thing. Yeah, and it's worthy of it, just like you did with the Holocaust. Just like you did with Pearl Harbor and those people that were in Korea and in American concentration camps. Oh, you owe us that.
No, they don't do it for us.
Here's the thing. I know, but here's what they don't understand. It's like if you have the opportunity to rid yourself of a crime that you did or did not commit, and you it's like a settlement. You can settle now or pay later. What comes later, you're going to have a reason to lament, right? And it doesn't have to be by pain and force. Black folks are not going to go out and be like, oh, we're going to kill them. Because if that's the case, we did that shit fucking 100 years ago. But I would say to you this, for your children's sake. For your children's sake. They see, this is the thing. But that's the reason why I said that these people I question their humanity, because when you think about these conversations and how they respond and their real thought process behind it, they're not human. They're subhuman. They're animals. They're creatures.
I mean, that's not a gaming show.
The word white, the etymology of the word white, W-I-G-H-T, is a creature.
Subhuman. I don't know about
Yeah, absolutely.
Subhuman.
Absolutely. People that think like that, everything that
you're using white supremacist talking points. You don't even see it. Just switch it up.
Yeah, I am.
No.
I'm purposely saying that because for whom it applies to, it's appropriate. No, it's not reparation. It's not retribution. It should be. Retribution would look like something totally different.
Yeah, retribution.
But the reason why I'm saying this, though, sir, so you understand to whom it applies, that's who I'm talking to. It does not apply to you.
But by that metric, though, it's everybody.
No, you have the people who
by that metric, it would be everybody. If you said everybody is
a special group of blacks, right?
Wait.
A special
you
group
said
of
that the
blacks,
entire time,
not on the
like,
blacks.
all white people are inherently evil.
No, you're right, Peter. You're right. You didn't need to move.
Not for the race.
We don't
That's
know.
excuse. I have lack of money, give me reparations. Not for the blacks, for a special group of
Wait, are y'all that weak?
The bag is less, but it would be everybody.
Hey, Othello, just we short mods, we short real niggas. Don't make it worse for us, because I know you're a high level character. We getting it back on track. Look, listen, all right. Can y'all bring my boy Cypher back?
No.
All right. And then secondly, I would like to challenge y'all this.
Are y'all that threatening?
No, it's been too much. It's too much.
Okay, Kim, what are you so bothered by? Tell me.
Yeah, no, I brought him back up. Hands off. Hands off, Cypher. He's the main antagonist here.
I'm just a supportive black. Yeah.
I mean,
It's on you, Cypher. Damn, nigga.
Let your nigga right now. I need some reparations for
Listen, I personally am pro reparations. I think they should be institutional reparations and resource access for sure. But from what you propose, Cypher, I mean, what it basically sounds like is the instant path to billionaires, and the outcomes of it that you're proposing are very unlikely. It's a lava lamp. you're saying that all of those people are instantaneously going to invest the money, they're going to start new businesses. That's not very likely what's going to happen, because we see what's happening with people who win lottery. They go bankrupt in most cases because they just spend it. And most of that money, I hypothesize, it's not going to be even spent in the United States. People are just going to take off.
Money circulating
somewhere.
Hold on. I like to respond to them as soon as
this is so crazy.
as soon as he responds, I wanna.
Yeah, I'll go after you. Go ahead.
Go real quick. Real quick.
Somewhere, outside the United States. So I think reparations are in order, because they do need to allow people who were denied access to resources have that access. But there needs to be some checks and balances in there to encourage responsibility for the money that they're going to receive. And how that looks, I'm yet to figure out my.
Andre, I told you though, Andre. This is the part that's curious to me, because I literally said.
I'm almost finished. Like,
go ahead.
The last thing. What bothers me about your submission is the end part, is that nefarious threat of something bad will happen to you if you don't do it. I would not approach it from that aim if you think that way, because you immediately get a negative reaction. People who would potentially be your allies in that in that endeavor and would support reparations.
I think that Jimmy Carter gave Iran to the blacks for the reparations. So isn't Iran enough for you for the last half a century? Now the world is going to change. You are losing the source. Now you are asking for another reparations. Am I wrong?
You're not part of the conversation, Peter. Yeah, Peter.
You're not asking for it, Peter. I got you.
But Andre, let me deal with Andre's points when he's complete.
I have one more sentence I want to say, if I may. Yeah, I'm good, and then you guys can go. Reparations. I mean, there is no real way to repair the type of harm that's been done to people, physically, their lives lost, all of that stuff. That is understandable. However, I do think in order for it to be practical, there needs to be an expiration date on those. And once that expiration date is done, I'm sure there's going to be people who are still going to be, thinking that they didn't get enough or want more and all that stuff. But that also needs to be part of your proposal.
Yeah, okay. So I do have this actually written out since 2020, right? Literally written out. And I have a lot of support on this, right? So to your point, to your point, Peter, come on, please, let me get it out, bro. Let me get it out, Peter. Peter, you're not even a part of the conversation. You're not even.
You need to repay what you did to my country during half a century. You took my country for reparations.
Got you. You pay your country paid $90 billion. No, $300 billion to 15 million Jews. You go after the Jews. Yeah, you go after the Jews in America. Go ahead. Got you. So here's the thing, Andre. Here's the point that I'm going to make for you, right? I did say that it would be not limited to just money, right? And I did say that mental health, and so free health care would be in that. Mental health is a part of that. Education as well, Andre. And I said tax-free from age 0 to 33, and then from 66 till death. And I said, too, that there's 33 years of tax. There's 33 years of taxation that you can even increase the tax on those people from working ages of 33 to 66. That's a good time to tax them, right? Because they made their nest eggs. I said over 10 to 20 years too. So that addresses your cutoff time. That addresses also the qualifications. It addresses everything outside of the monetary elements. And what we do with the money is our business. You didn't do that with any other people that you've given reparations to. You shouldn't do that with us. But what we would do in the first 5 years, 3 to 5 years, is niggas is going to do what niggas do best. We're going to stimulate the economy. We're going to buy up a lot of shit. You know what that does to the GDP? You know what it does to American ingenuity and overall trade and commerce? Even if we expand, because the majority of us don't have passports. The majority of Americans don't have passports, let alone the majority of Black Americans. So there are going to be some people that's going to get theirs and go to other countries. That's fine. That's cool. There are going to be some people that are going to get it and fuck it up. That's fine. That's cool. It goes back into the economy. So I don't think you really understand what I hear is the reluctancy to do this is a wired impression of what wealth looks like and or dignity looking like, translated into violence, either financially or physically, right? So, but that fear, no, you didn't say that. No, I appreciate what you said, but then your kickback to it was where I'm addressing. That's the only thing I appreciate you saying that you're for it. But here's the thing. But here's the thing, Andre. I didn't interrupt you. I just said, hey, let me go after you. It's all good. We're having a conversation. It's cool. So look. So I think you need to look at the benefits. And when I said, hey, if you don't do this, something bad is going to happen. I'm telling you a karmic rule. What I know to be true. If you do evil and you don't make it right, shit just actually fucking happens. I hope that
how
people
about
think
instead of enforcing all the white people in America that didn't have slaves, instead of taking their money, how about we just kill them all? How about we just kill them all and take all their money and all their land?
Well, you're afraid to even come to our neighborhood. So here's the point.
I grew up in Mississippi and lived in New Orleans. What are you talking about?
Right. And they fucked your mom. Got it. So here's the thing.
Is that the best you can do?
Yeah. So here's the thing. Andre.
That's the best you can do?
Yeah. Somebody can use this little money.
Yeah.
So yes.
You hide your low IQ by trying to sound like a
Right, boy. All right, boy.
That's the best you can do is go to racism? Listen, the best you can do is go to racism.
Wait till everybody gets their
Can we please let Cypher finish, please?
Yeah,
finish reparations? That is
30 seconds.
This is retarded think boy liberal nonsense y'all are spewing in here.
Well, I'm actually
y'all are all racists that believe in this shit, and y'all have no experience with actual real people in the real world. Yet you get on a stage to where
you think
you think you're some.
Who's this white nigger?
You think you're important.
No,
that's the best you can do. I want you to see how low IQ you are. You're attacking me because of race. But you're
wait. T-Burns.
Hey, look, they let me off mic, so you can suck my dick, Cypher. Racist?
T-Burns, can I ask you a question? What point are you addressing, or are you making?
So, yeah, this is crazy. But here's the point, though, and I'll land it with this, Andre. When people do evil, I've never, my 45 years on Earth,
and taxing America.
Hey, white boy. Hey, you fucking nigger. I'm sorry you're fatherless. I'm sorry you're fatherless. I didn't fuck your mom.
Hey, my father was a great man. My father was a great man.
That's why
you don't know nothing about my father. My father was a very successful trial.
Right. So, okay, thanks. 30 seconds, I'll be done. I've never seen in 45 years people do evil perpetually and actually they prosper long term. Even if they lived a long life, usually everything else, sometimes their children get fucked up. This is also biblical knowledge too. And it's also written, Genesis 15, 12 through 14, about what would happen to us when we would come out with great possessions. But see, you don't understand, we're also inclusive people. We're generally generous people. Even the same people that oppressed us, we would even spend with them. We bank with them. We want to live next door to them. All that weird shit. I don't necessarily support that wholeheartedly, but I believe that once you do repair the people that were hurt by this, you not only alleviate yourself of the weight of being a racist and all this other shit, but you also clear the debt for your children's children to where even if they say all the nasty, foul shit that happened to them that some people on the stage parents probably did, they could say, you know, we did pay them back. You know, we made sure we made that right. Right? There's a weight that comes off of that when you repair what you took or you make right what you did wrong. Right? That's just a moral compass. Now, that's not for everybody because not everybody has the same morals. All I'm saying is that there's a moral duty to this too, outside of the financial benefit that you get by reinvesting into the people that built this country from the ground up, that won all your wars, that fought all your wars, that created a lot of innovation and protected you even from motherfuckers that wanted to kill some of y'all. Right? So all I would say is that there's a moral duty here, and it would behoove you to just look into it. Don't worry about what we do with the money. That's our business.
They don't want to see you in that new Cadillac. That's fair. That's fair. You know, like I will accept the premise. There are two things.
It is like asking your parents for money. Pay me the money, don't ask for a reason. You are still a slave.
And so Peter wants you to send it to Iran to help his
Shaja Googleheimer.
So
Peter wants you to send that money to Iran to help his people.
So one thing, it will open a door to a certain precedent, second, and you might want to consider dealing with that as well, because you know the slaves who came to the United States specifically, they didn't just appear magically on the coast of Africa. They were sold by other Africans. So perhaps there's a portion of responsibility.
I said to Africa. I did say go after African nations that were involved.
Okay, great. So you address them. The second thing I would like just to leave you with an open question, because one of my favorite thinkers, Thomas Sowell, has a very important observation. He says that no solution is totally positive or totally negative. All it does, it proposes some things that will be beneficial, but it also has constraints. So some of the negative effects of that solution. So I would like you to play with your own solution, devil's advocate at some point, and come up with the negative outcomes that might be present in that solution.
Well, I already have. I've thought about that. So I've written this out since, and I know the numbers too. It's $100 trillion over 10 to 20 years. But I've written this out, and the only thing that comes to mind is that we would have to kill some people that would want to take from us what we got back, right? So those people that would be upset with us getting that money, we would have to not.
That's not what I'm talking about, Cypher. What I'm talking about is the...
That's the only negative outcome.
Legal precedent, Cypher.
No, that would be legal. No. Legally, if you try to hurt me, I have the right to kill you.
So I'll give you an example. Hold on, let me give Cypher an example. So just what I mentioned before, like people who win the lottery, right? You would think in theory that would be something that would immediately put them in the class of people who can create wealth, who can sustain wealth, who can create prosperity for the generations to come. What we see in practice is the opposite. Those people lose all their money. They go bankrupt. They don't.
I heard you say this earlier. You're repeating yourself at this point. No disrespect to you, but you're repeating yourself.
But let me just finish.
So financial literacy.
The reason why I bring this up again is because that is an example of something that you would think will create only positive outcomes and nothing negative. Yet when you look at the practical application of that quote-unquote solution, you see constraints that you might not have considered. So while you gave me sort of a hand-wavy answer to it, other people, I'm talking about the people who will receive that wealth, will receive those resources. What's possible using human nature, right? And we always take the easiest path out. We just wired this way by evolution. What possibly can go wrong with those people having all that access, all that positive, availability to them, and not using it, but using it to determine.
Yeah. So here's the thing. This is what I said earlier. So I said education, free healthcare, which is included with mental health, right? And
I don't think you understand
about it. Hear me, Andre, you really repeated yourself. I've heard this twice now in this conversation.
Yeah, but you're not understanding what I'm saying.
But I'm not finished though either, because I'm giving you nuance to just heighten what I'm saying to you to answer your question a little bit more pointed, right? So, one, it's not any of your business what we do with the money, but if, let's just suggest that these people go out and get that money and they buy a whole bunch of fucking cars and Bentleys and shit, and those same cars are in car lots in America, what do you think that does to the American economy?
I don't care what it does to the American economy. I care what it does
to the
people who spend all of their money.
That's their. Hold on, listen.
Means manipulation or
Listen, Andre, listen. Listen, and I'll get off the way.
Question.
Yeah.
And the
They're muting me. They're muting me. You know they don't like me on this stage, right? So here's the thing. So here's the thing, Andre. Literally, what we do with our money is our business. Let's start there. What would happen with those people that are irresponsible? There are resources available. And let's just say they go out and commit crimes. Now they forfeited their fucking money because they went to jail, right? Let's just say some of them went and spent their money and bought houses and cars and shit. They stimulated the economy. Let's just say within that 3 or 5 years, the kick in of the education, mental health actually does a positive thing. Now they become more fundamentally aware of mental health, their own capacity in terms of their relationship with money, and they start to reinvest into their communities. They create an economy within of an economy that everybody else benefits from. So I think that there's only the upside. The downside is for those who would suffer from what we call narcissism, but also what they call economic jealousy, right? Those people, there would be, I would definitely invest into a force, in enforcement, law enforcement. I have a name for it. I have a strategy for it. We would definitely track all white nationalists, and we'd have our own database. And if any one of them were to harm one of our loved ones, and in practice, I would do this myself to this day, and I proudly say it. If somebody, God forbid, did something to my loved one, to my son or something, and it was like that type of shit, I would definitely kill every person in their family.
Stay less.
And I would kill every motherfucker, including the dog, and animals. Everybody would die until that person that did it got online and killed themselves.
Okay, so that's something I
Yo, gotta watch Peter, man. Hold on, Andre. Hold on. They just threw the guy that you're having a conversation with. What's going on, Peter? Why are you so jealous?
No, I did not do that. You can check the permissions.
But Tell, I mean, what he's saying is basically, a race-based tyranny of the proletariat to the point of like blood of the families. So retribution for the whole family of the people who are not even.
But there's no, hold on. All these
that is atrocious. That is to me atrocious.
Go on mute. You're trying to nitpick every little thing that this guy is saying. Hold on. Let's have a conversation. Let's have the conversation. You have to go on mute.
But I'm explaining to you what seems atrocious.
You have to go on mute to have the conversation. Listen, you're trying to nitpick around and focus.
It's not nitpicking.
Hold on.
How can you have a conversation if he's on mute? He's trying to talk and you keep talking.
Yeah, he's been talking. He's been talking over Cypher. Okay, and now he's talking over me. And if he's pushing your agenda, you still have to be unbiased.
I'm not putting anybody's agenda.
Now listen.
I'm exploring the point.
Can we just have a conversation? Let's go back and
reaction. I am unbiased.
Andre, let's just
That's
let
not the thing. I would
Peter.
end it.
Peter, hold on.
If you can kill and work, if I can end the air, I would.
Just wait for it. Okay, thank you, Peter. Othello, go ahead.
So Beaver, is it you that's throwing Cypher down?
Yeah.
And why? Why?
Just for fun, bored.
Okay, this is a kangaroo court. Like we can't even, you know what I mean? I'm not even gonna waste my time.
Come on, Beaver. Oh, man. Hey, that's fun
Okay, so what seems atrocious to me, like, if we are repairing the society, right? We want to have some sort of universality about it, where, skin color doesn't matter, we do reparations to repair the harm that was done to a specific demographic, but our goal, I would think, at least my goal, is to have a society that, quote unquote, race blind, that people judge each other based on their the opportunity that the other person offers them, the reciprocity principle where, I help you, you help me. He mentioned karma. Yet he went into the place that sounds awfully odd, like something separationists would say. Our own economy, separation, have two different races basically at odds with each other, even imposing a police force that has
Yeah, sure, why not?
He's trolling. He's trolling, Andre.
No, it's not trolling. Hold on, let's just entertain the idea. Hey, we're free thinkers, right? We're in a free thinking nation, all right? So have we not seen examples of certain communities that had their own police force, yes or no?
Yes, and I don't think that's right.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's right. I don't think that should be allowed.
Why?
I mean, because it's a country within the country. I mean, we either are the country or we have our own little enclaves of multiculturalism, so to say, where everybody, only takes
What do
care
you
of
think a
themselves.
parish and a
Hold on. I got him, Cypher.
I got you.
Hold on. Let me just get in here, cause you've been cooking. Let me get in here right quick.
So if like it depends on what type of goals you are proposing. If you want only prosperity and wealth for your own very select group of people, okay, that's fine. But that's not the type of goal I would share. That's not the type of goal I would like to.
Can you name the foundational allies of America during this inception? Real quick.
France.
There's 5.
Like off the top of my head, only France comes to mind. Russia. I think Russia participated.
Russia. You think Russia? You think that? Okay.
No. I'm not saying.
I mean, if you think Russia,
they did it. They did it for their own interest, right? The blockaded British. I think of the coast of Alaska. I mean, what?
Before it was part of our country.
Before what?
Sure. It just give me.
I would say French mostly because they participated in the Bushfire War. They spilled blood. What's so funny about that?
No, that's all good. What foreign country are you originally from?
I'm from Eastern Europe.
Sure. Ukraine. What you want to do? Like Kazakhstan?
What does that matter? I'm not.
It matters a whole bunch in this conversation.
Because
contextually,
I'm not committed to those countries anymore, and I don't share their cultural zeitgeist.
You first or second generation? I want to know who I'm talking to.
Why does that matter? That is irrelevant.
Because it gives me an understanding of your framework to better communicate with you, right? And I'm not gonna use it as a weapon against you.
Yeah, that should not be an issue. Let's talk about.
Sure. It's just to actually formulate an idea or opinion what you have for America and the idea, and where do you fit in categorically in the conversation at hand.
Okay.
So I want to remind you, America has a dark history. Hold on. America has a dark history with the white flight movement, and we're seeing just as much as the fucking system that they implemented helped them is harming their ass now. And everything that was built during that time is coming back to roost right in front of people's faces. Now, I'll ask you something, because I already asked you about the foundational countries that actually helped us found this nation. Gonna fail that. So just let me know what kind of generation you come in, right? And I'm just gonna presuppose that you're either you're first generation or you just kind of came here, bro.
I have a question.
So when we having these old conversations, hold on, that's rooted in American roots and stuff like that, and you're not from an allied nation that participated in the upbringing of our country and stuff like that. I just ask y'all respectfully to just stay back, because
that's a beautiful.
No. That's you know what I'm saying. Look, because this is a foundational white and black American problem. There are foundational whites and there are foundational blacks. I think we should move the other whites and the other blacks out the fucking way when we're talking about politics that existed before they were allowed in the country. Respectfully, bro. That's just the only fucking way to go about this. Otherwise, we're just gonna have a clusterfuck of opinionated people.
That's a stratification.
No, hold on.
On the ethnic or historical ethnic historical preference classes to its core.
Which is how America was built. Yeah.
Yeah, but
remember that these were aristocrats.
So once again, if
Okay.
that is your ultimate goal, then we have completely different pathways. And
Sure. Then get the fuck out the way. Let me go my pathway.
I'm a citizen. I'm a citizen. And
you know what I'm saying? This is an old problem older than you.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're the same age, or roughly the same age as me, and so
no,
the
probably
decisions
not.
we make based.
But that's cute too.
Based
Go ahead.
Based on our experiences are relative to each other. So you have no weight just because of your ancestry, unless you want to have some sort of aristocratic stratosphere that allows you to speak or do things.
There is already an aristocratic stratosphere.
No.
You're just not aware of it in America, you dumbass. And so there's certain foundational communities.
Well, as soon
yeah,
as
absolutely.
the insult comes out.
Yeah, this is how we fight America. You're not ready for freedom of speech?
No.
All right, Stalin. Anyway, bro,
You have
look.
absolutely no points.
Bro, no, I do have a point. You just, you got offended by a cuss word.
Thank you for your
Look at you. Yeah. You can't shut me down. I'm still finna go. So, there are certain aspects. Yeah, I'm still finna go. You thought you could? You ain't do shit, little boy. That shit was weak as hell.
Into the void.
You gotta do better than that.
I don't think since any of your points are valid.
Yeah, sure. But you don't understand the history and context of America, and so this is only you actually appreciating certain bits and parts of America without us accepting that there's existing like history foundational communities that actually participated in you even being here. Because there was a point where America was finna go fully unconscious. Just saying.
I have a question for Cypher and Nike. So obviously these democratic socialists of America, they're scared the shit out of right? They're rising. How do you guys feel about them? And they in their core tenets, they support reparations for slavery and Jim Crow. They view restitution as a systematic requirement to address centuries of racial and economic oppression. Now, Cypher, in the past, I've heard you espouse, I guess, more conservative ideas. I don't know what your political leanings are. With the rise of the DSA, it seems like the sky is the limit. Do you think that they are good faith actors when it comes to reparations and just the plight of the African American? Do you think they want to set us right? Do you think it's something that the African American should get behind?
I don't trust Europeans, especially those that say that they're biased but don't show it in action, of course. So what they say and what they do are two different things. When they line up, I'll believe that, but even then I'll approach it with caution. Think of me as Django with a splash of Tupac. That's my political. And Brute Hilda is Black America.
Nike?
Yeah, it's so politically risky, especially if it doesn't work. These little spring up movements and stuff like that. Sometimes you gotta kind of, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that they don't work. I'm just saying, like, just like COVID, you ain't finna take that shot, you know what I'm saying? The first time around, unless you've been really indoctrinated. It's enforced down your throat. I'm not gonna let them force DSA down my throat. That's all.
I also want to let all foundational Black Americans know that Beaver is our enemy. He's our direct enemy. Don't do business with him. Don't DM him. Don't message him. Yes.
Well, tell him why is Beaver the enemy?
Look at him. Look how he's trolling. Look how he's throwing Cypher down after he makes, what I think are world-class points. Cypher never, well, from what I heard, he doesn't want to separate totally, just as we need our own police force. Just like Jewish people will want their own task force to protect and patrol their neighborhoods.
And in fact, they've done.
Yeah, he's pushing for self-sufficiency, and that, we need to have a focus on our own, just like the Armenians focus on themselves, just like the Asians focus on themselves. We'll still do business with everyone. Beaver in the comments said, we just don't want you to have it. And then when they go to the points like, oh, what are you gonna buy with it? A Cadillac? You know what I mean? Like, that's just the envy showing. And
I don't care what you buy with it. If you wrote it, it's yours to do whatever you want with it. It's not me for me to tell you what to buy. I just don't want you to get it.
You see, on top of that, when they go to the point about the African nations who have apologized and who still owe, we have to understand the indentured servitude or the slavery in Africa was still allowed to be a part of the no village. You were still considered a human. It wasn't passed down to your child. It didn't burn you. You weren't being raped. Like, you still were a part of the society. And it's something that you could work out of. Now, when I don't know if they knew what was going to happen in the Trans-Saharan and the Trans-Atlantic slave trade with the sex trafficking, the raping of the children, the burnings, the lynchings, cutting off the penises, and the sex farms and so on. But they still owe, and they are starting to apologize. But it doesn't just stop at the U.S. and Africa. We've got to go up into Europe. Because everybody should go to the African American Museum in Washington, D.C. They have a money counter of all the countries that participated and how much they made. And I think it was like Netherlands 200 million, the British 500 million, which translates to billions at that time, right? So if you go to the African American Museum in Washington, D.C., they start with that money counter per European nation and how much they made with their slave ships and how the money rolled and built up their infrastructure in these countries, the railroads, the banking systems, all from the transatlantic slave trade.
Yeah, but you're never going to get it. So, like, why do you keep this charade up? You're just setting yourself up for disappointment.
Because we're talking about reparations.
Well, I have a question. I'm sorry, Othello. When you're done.
Okay, man, you see how the devil works? He tries to get you off. Also, too, it's funny when you start at the African American Museum, which we can all go tomorrow if we wanted. It starts with 3 Moors. When you go there, there's literally a picture of 3 Moors, and then it goes into the money counter for the European nations. So African Americans, we have to look to the U.S., we have to look to the European nations and Africa in regards to making whole on this reparation. It's not just the U.S., it's not just Africa. We literally built the foundations and the infrastructure for the European nations to have everything that they have now.
But that's a lie.
It's not a lie, baby. Go to the museum.
Nah, he just doesn't understand history that foundationally, even in American nations, that colored people helped jumpstart and revolutionize every single fucking one of these Western Hemisphere nations. Suck dick, look it up. Look it up.
You help
This
a little
how
bit.
I get down to business.
You contributed.
You get what I'm saying? I ain't wasting no time. Beaver trolling and shit.
I'm not so I'm being honest.
Get the fuck out of here, Beaver.
Yeah, he's a
You've been on here long enough with me, Marshall, and all of us from the old wolves to hear some of this shit. You're doing the thing right now. I'm passing judgment on you.
Hey, so I wanted to ask you, good morning, y'all. I wanted to ask you,
is that sword?
Yeah, sword,
What's
yeah.
up?
Chill. I wanted to ask y'all. Twin, what up, dog? Are y'all willing to accept reparations at the expense of forced conversion to Islam?
You know what? here's why. Why would a foreign practice that has roots in a foreign land help me in my situation right now? And that's just me speaking as a foundational AME Christian American. Now let's just deal with the nigga shit. Because the Arab-Saharan slave trade has been one of the most unspoken and egregious things to our community. I don't know why any nigga on this side of the West or East Mississippi or Euphrates, shout out to Peter, whatever, sign up for this when it's been proven to have cultural disadvantages and erasure of black people. Right.
You already know this.
I got you, Piggy. I told you I'll hold you down.
Now, the way I see it, bro, like the DSA and all of them, the shit that they saying, like if we apply the old school principles that we all learned growing up in the house, whenever somebody tell you what they all believe, you got these motherfuckers saying, we gonna bring our immigrants over here, they're gonna do this and that to your wives and daughters, but they gonna give us reparations at what cost? I ain't fucking none of that.
Here's what I would rather us do as a collective people, because I'm tired of playing of it, right? Playing with it and shit. Let's take this shit global, go directly to the UN. It's black American people. Let's just get this shit over with. Everybody come forward. Y'all have something to do with this shit. Let's just get this shit over right now. It's still land disputes, claims, issues, items, auctions, black markets that we got to deal with that and shit like that. But
I think you missed your window after George Floyd. That window, that bullshit window was
it's still open, bro. It's still open. It's actually open and wider. You just don't see it because you're isolated America.
Good morning, Knight. Good morning, Odell. Good morning.
How you doing? Oh, my favorite bootstrapper bootlegger. Hey, what's going on, Ed? Like, how you doing?
It's the best day of my life, brother. Thank you very much.
Every day.
Yeah, got it. So my question is, are you saying that all countries that were involved should get a participation trophy, that we should pay them something, or they should pay us something? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, they should pay us something. They should just, the ones who are about their humanitarian efforts, goodwills.
So what are we going to do with the African kings and queens that also participated? Are they going to get a participation trophy too?
Yes, they got.
No, they got to kick in. They got to put into the. This is their chance to come forward. Hey, come clean, niggas, bitches, anybody that was part of this shit.
Which they've already started apologizing.
Yeah, they started they telling on themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a lot of them that's been telling on themselves, Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed,
I don't disagree with you, 19. But at the same time, human behavior, and correct me if I'm wrong, should we penalize other generations for their behavior when we don't penalize our generation for our behavior?
We put the cart before the horse.
Oh yeah, we are.
And I think
we're trying to blame.
Hold on, no. I think environment, because we all know what healthy environments do when it comes to body and mind. I'm from that body and soul era, so I'm going old school dealing with you, Mr. Ed. You ain't got me fooled, because I can turn off the rap and listen to jazz anytime. You're a jazzy kind of guy. I'll fuck with you. But here's the thing. I understand that there are certain pending immediate situations that as a black person, we need to get out of before we can think about the next obstacles. You know what I'm saying? And that's just in a more healthy and alert state. We can think better.
And if I can understand, so let me try to go down the rat line with you. I am going to request reparations from a group of people that directly did not affect slavery. I got to go all the way back to the transatlantic slave trade, which you talked about. It did not start on American soil, correct? There were 4 nations that actually started the transatlantic slave trade.
Yes.
Are we right now? And correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know any group right now in the United States, any Black Americans that dealing with the 4 countries that started the Atlantic slave trade.
I mentioned this earlier.
Okay, go ahead. Say. Yes,
You weren't here for that. Yeah, so $100 trillion is my thing. And it would be bifurcated between institutions, organizations, and countries that partook in this shit. That would include African nations, American nations, right? And it would also include institutions as those that insured, that financed, right? Supported in any way, shape, or form. And it's not limited to slavery. We go so far as to investigate corporations that have invested into unfair housing, equal rights, all that shit. They will all get sued and have to pay that tab. Now, because the average white American can't afford this, that's why we go after those corporations, institutions, and countries, including African countries. And if they don't have the money, they have land or resources. And it would not be limited to just a monetary handout or payback. It would be also education, mental health included. It would include tax-free to 33, from 0 to 33, and then tax-free again from 66 to death. That means there's 33 years of taxation that you could even increase the tax by a couple of percents to get some of that money back, right? Then, on top of that, I would also go towards wiping debt, right? From those that are over and above their head in debt. And what you do is you free up the economy. And then over 3 to 5 years, the first 3 to 5 years, we know that a lot of us are going to go out and stimulate the economy, which is a good thing for everybody else. Once you start adding education, financial literacy, mental health, and all of these other things, crime goes down, property values go up, right? And everybody benefits from this.
No, Cypher, you bring very good points, and sorry, Andre. No, you go ahead, Andre. Go ahead. No, I think you bring very good points. I would humbly suggest to you to curb your bloodthirst in your proposition, but at the same time, keep exploring.
What do you mean bloodthirst? Like if somebody tries to hurt me or try to kill us like Black Wall Street, sir, I'm different from my ancestors. I would murder every... Listen. If somebody try to do what they did to Black Wall Street, and you don't think for one moment that we're gonna let that shit slide, you gotta keep in mind. Here's one last thing. Keep in mind, Andre. Hear this out. Keep in mind, this country was founded over 2 cents tax on a beverage. Motherfuckers went to war behind that. You mean to tell me if you know anything about Black Wall Street and what happened to all the lynchings and hangings and shit? Do you think that our generation with resources would allow that to happen again? That would be irresponsible.
I would say it's morally inadmissible to say that you're gonna, carve out a whole family, so people who have no direct relationship to whatever, crime or history.
They did worse.
I don't care what other people did. I want to be better. So. Okay,
and I don't care what you're saying about that. Everything else, I'm in agreement with you. What I do in my life is my problem, my business. I guarantee you it wouldn't happen again.
No, I guarantee you will find no support if you're gonna be.
It doesn't have to. I don't have to have support. It would just be me doing it, though, right?
You do because in order to get those ideas,
you would probably always do that.
When you think about all that's happened, hold on, Andre. When you think about all that's happened to us to even get reparations, what kind of people would do some shit like that?
Horrible people. But I'm saying.
Okay, so do they deserve to live?
If you want reparation, that's one thing. If you want retribution, I think you will not find it.
I think that you're conflating the two, right? Reparations is a separate conversation. What you are, let me show you how you are. Let me show you how you are, though. Because I'm not saying, oh, we're going to get this money and go out and kill white people. No. I'm saying we're going to go out and we're going to do business, we're going to be fair. Oh, no, sir, you should listen. This is why you are conflating. Literally, I said, yeah, it is your problem because you're not listening to anything that I'm saying. That's the reason why you keep repeating yourself. The same thing that's off base of what I'm talking about. Our right to self-defense is the same right that you have. I just happen to go a step fucking further to guarantee it won't happen again from the same source. From the same source. But here's the thing. But you're not in control. You don't have the power or authority or control over how I respond to another motherfucker fucking with my loved one. I have one child. So if that happened, then the courses of action that I would take is warranted by me. And that's between me and God.
No, it's between you and society.
Exactly, me and God too.
And if you go...
Well, it doesn't matter. You're not here to lecture me. Go on with your conversation.
Yeah, but you do seem bloodthirsty, like you're itching for murder and death.
Yeah,
especially you.
If you're going one step further, that is one step further, meaning you're gonna excite people to do the same thing to you and yours. Right?
That's what y'all afraid of. Then don't fuck with us. If you don't fuck with us, we won't fuck with you. That's all simple as that's the way. That's the way. Listen, that's the only thing you have to worry about. If you don't do shit to us, we won't step on you. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm telling you,
you're not telling me anything. You can talk to somebody else that's listening, but I'm going to go back on mute.
As a friendly advice, that
you're not. I keep your friendly advice.
No, you will listen to him.
No, you can eat my dick.
If you want to realize those policies, you need allies. You cannot do it by yourself. You cannot do it with a small group of people. And if you're not willing to curb your blood first, it's only going to be in theory. It's going to stay on the piece of paper that you wrote them on. I mean, and that's one thing.
I don't think you know who you're talking to, and I don't think you know how far along in this process I actually am. But I tell you this, I'm a fair person, and you have nothing to worry about. If you mind your business, I'll mind mine.
Andre.
What's happening? What's happening now, guys?
We have a business. So,
all right. So Andre, let me just jump in here real quick, guys. You know, as a proud American, I gotta open up my company. You know, I gotta work. I know it's a four-letter word, but it's one thing I have to do as an American. So I just gotta make sure I'm working. That's what it is. So Cypher, I appreciate it, but my original question goes back to, and could you tell me the group right now in the United States or any other country that are presenting any proposal to the 4 countries that actually started the transatlantic slave trade and asking them for reparations? Do you know any group that's doing that right now?
No group. No, I do not know.
It's fool's gold that we have these conversations as though we all personally believe that some nations, including the United States, because we're 13 colonies, and the last I checked, correct me guys, the slave trade was a individual endeavor. Those who own plantations purchased slaves on their own. This was not at the beginning a government-sanctioned entity, you know, business-wise. People bought and sold slaves when the ships came. And I'm from Massachusetts. I got to see that. So I'm just curious on where we are in reference to individual behavior. Again, I'm just going to keep going on individual behavior. If I purchase something, then I'm responsible for what I purchase. Now, we don't all have to agree. I just read it different than most people. Because you know why? I personally believe that the behavior of another human being is not my responsibility to make sure that another human being is being repaired over something that another human being did. That's all I'm looking at. So, again, let's look at the 4 nations that actually started the He's not you're right, I'm not you. I'm Edward. Edward by himself came out of a mother's womb by myself all day, every day. I'm the 15 to 17 children. My parents married 58 years. I'm an individual. And thank God I get to be an individual in America. You know why? I don't have to be groupthink. I can be individual think and be okay. But I can support some groups. I don't have to support them all. So Cypher, Knight, Othello, Beaver, Wallace, Sword, all of you beautiful people. Holly, I liked what you put in there in chat. Just remember, guys, we all are first responsible for our own behavior, and I can't take the behavior of someone else. So I'm gonna land here, guys, because I do gotta get it. But I just want everybody to realize this. For me to blame someone else's behavior in 2026 and think that I'm owed something, it's just kind of hard for me to swallow. But I get it. Like I said, if you want to fight for it, fight for it. I'm gonna just take advantage of what I got today. And what I got today is the free enterprise market, and I'm gonna participate in that.
Just make sure you put your money in a black bank.
Yeah, and the thing is, here we are again, you know, and I do appreciate hearing individuals speak to let me know who to avoid when it comes to politics that affect groups. These are hold on. These are legislative issues.
No, but you told me
that point in time. It's all good. I didn't interrupt. Oh, and you gonna do this to me?
No, nice.
Go ahead, Boule. I'll let you go. Go ahead.
No, I'm just joking, man. You told me I was bootleg. I'm just joking. Come on, Night. You and I had some good conversation.
No. I know where your heart is. Look.
No, but listen, I was born in 63, guys. You know what happened in 63?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what happened in 63, guys? We lost the right. Yeah, part of it. But we lost the right as a group of people of ownership. My dad taught me something when I was 9. In 63, we decided as a group of people that we're going to have the right to ride the bus, and the right to eat in the hotel. We had the right to do all of these things, but you know what we never did? We decided not to own any of it. Ownership is what makes people move forward. And until we get to ownership, we're going to keep talking as though that right now in the United States we have the largest group of black elected officials, and we actually believe that we are behind the 8 ball, which is kind of crazy to me. Why do we have more black elected officials than any time in human history, American history, and yet we have the most difficult time of getting blacks to understand that ownership is more important? You know what we want? Grievances. We want people to tell us that the nuclear family is not important, that to not be involved in raising their children, and that we should not be marrying our women, and we should not be raising our children. When do we think that the nuclear family is like the most important part of any society? So, I got it, 1,000%. I'm just grateful for the parents and grandparents I had, so that I, Edward, will lead more with my responsibility and my duty versus me leading with the fact that a group of people that I never met was injured somehow. So, I got to continue to move forward, and I would like for us, and I'm talking about everybody, all Americans, to focus more on the nuclear family than all the other fringe things that none of us can control. I'm sorry, Knight. That's bootlegging.
No, and it's a true opinion, but I think when we talk, and I think a lot of people perceive this as like welfare, because they understand the benefits of finances. But when I ask for us to be equal, I expect that, and not to be looked at as 2/3, as it seems like propaganda is pushing us down again. It's a shame to think that people wouldn't believe in the honest actors, or even the community that has, even if you was to go back to the Great Depression, lift America out of one of the deepest, darkest holes it's ever seen, with no answers community that innovatively figured out how. A community that still believed in the American idea. Just separatists in the community did make that now we starting to look at and say, hey, should this have been the choice? Me, I affirm myself on the current American beliefs that we can do better by righting our wrongs and showing that America is truly an equal place. Now, there has been people in communities that I do feel for it, that have received reparations. Again, my community, we still got work to do. I think we should receive it in a different form. I think we should have bias units and all that kind of stuff when it comes to accessing loans. We should have more opportunities to move to and actually buy up communities that's been in this downward spiral to actually bring the market back, the housing market stable to where America can be livable again. Think we should get corrected on our agricultural fraud schemes and stuff like that. There's a lot that we could fix that doesn't have to be just a dollar sign. That's what I'm saying. There are things we could do right now that could fix this fucking system. And we could just move the fuck on and see what else is next. It's still blood on the ground. And it's continuing to be blood on the ground. Because guess what? New issues arise. It's just adjacent to the old. That's why I say, I can listen to somebody like Andre and hear him as a spectator. Because I know for a fuck that you don't know the history and the foundation of these problems or care if they're corrected. You benefit on the current system. That system needs to be in and be corrected.
19, what's the requirement for reparation? What's the requirement for someone like that's like anybody that's like mixed, or like is there a percentage of black they have to have, or is it more so about the lineage of the slave trade?
We can get into more lineal claims. I like to keep it legislative, as you know, my shit goes beyond the transatlantic slave trade. I wish we stopped using that as the main talking point, because we have other claims such as implemented intentional government sabotage and attack on its own citizens that's actually recorded, all right? And the theft of black intellectual property that actually was used to steamroll the country ahead. We don't even need to fucking talk about slavery no fucking more. I'm tired of hearing this slave shit. Like, that's all niggas experiencing was. There was a time and period after that, which gave America its fucking mark on the world.
Okay, I got it. So you're saying your preference on the requirements of getting reparations should not be related to chattel slavery. It should be another requirement that doesn't relate to that, correct?
It's legislative. So again, whatever's on paper.
Okay, I got you. That was a different. That's the first time I heard myself something different. Normally they say chattel slavery, so that's different.
Because people are fucking stupid and they don't realize there was a clause after the Civil War that Abraham Lincoln often signed off on that actually gave the Freeman Bank a kickback on. It was sort of like a reparation and shit like that.
Yeah, the Freeman's Bank.
And allowed them to do it. Yeah, that was what it was supposed to be that, and the bank was supposed to give out the land. Unfortunately, a lot of other shit happened. But there's a whole bunch more that we could go for and use as claims other than this fucking chattel slavery shit. Because to be honest, the chattel slavery shit actually harm us because then we give other people opportunities to talk for us, i.e. the Caribbean community, St. Thomas, all these other people who have since identified with their own nation and their own claims, and some of them have gotten a response.
I have a question, Kendo.
Sure.
Would there be a sliding scale, like a formula for people that are mixed? Would you have like a...
As I was wondering.
I think mathematically. I think it should go just because hey, look,
like
we didn't create this blood quantum scale shit. We already know it, and it already exists, Beaver. Guess what? it already exists, and y'all created one drop. So it's going to go.
Yeah. The one drop rule was still fine. I got it. You can be like 25%.
Yep, gonna go exactly like that. And even some of these white motherfuckers need to get it. I don't give a fuck. Yep. Because guess what? That's how fucked it is. That's how fucked y'all made it. And that's how we need to unfuck it.
Man, I hate that one drop rule, but I hear you. I just hate it.
Yeah, of course. Look, and then let's not get dignity laws and shit like that, where brown could only marry brown, black could only marry black, and white could only marry white. Look, y'all gotta make shit like that right. Let's do this shit legislatively. We don't even gotta fucking get a payout. Let's just go through the motherfucking books and see where the system actually targeted this community and just go reverse all of that shit. Fuck the money. Let's go to every state. Let's go to every fucking district and just flip that shit. And y'all, guess what? Y'all won't do that. Y'all actually would rather pay money. You want to know why? It's old. Y'all see what we doing from the bottom? Man, oh shit.
So, what's being said right here? We love reparations or some shit.
Yeah, we bypassing all the nitpicky, petty arguments. That's why going straight to the heart.
Going straight to the heart. We passing all the X arguments, the Twitter argument, the typical, we're talking about slavery. You guys just want to go and eat dogs and cigarettes. Ain't y'all tired of that shit? What, that season 2 or what?
Wait. What about this one? You're going to use it for nefarious purposes.
Yeah, you're going to go buy drugs and start a criminal empire. Yeah, and live like the movies we make and see the consequences in. Are y'all fucking dumb?
Hey, no, probably my
But are you willing to go to war over this?
Yeah.
But that would wipe out your...
Hey, Beaver, for my version of it, yes, the fuck I would. I'm willing to stand on the front lines because you want to know what? What I'm talking about doesn't cost $1. And it has something to do with land distribution, which we have a lot of different barren lands, not only in the mountainous regions, but in the middle.
Yeah, we could work something out.
No problem.
I wouldn't fight over that.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing
Beaver,
shit.
you can
Shipper is nothing at.
Beaver is
Shipper is nothing at. Y'all don't even want us to have the nothing where the nothing is at.
Beaver, it's not a lot of y'all. You know, most of you guys are liberal. You white.
No, there is a lot of us.
60% of all trans are white.
No, we were fight.
Yeah, but look, no. Othello, he's claiming the Meth County was for the people who are the zombies and all of that shit. Do hills have eyes? Yo, I gotta own them motherfuckers.
Go and get your gun, Jasper.
Yep.
Yeah, I could easily manipulate those guys.
Drop.
Them guys will eat you alive.
They will do what I say.
Bro, you ain't strong. They'll listen to that, but not you.
I like for Bieber to name a war that white Americans fought without black Americans and actually won. Without black Americans.
Nope.
Without black Americans.
There was a lot of black Americans in the Cold War.
Yeah, during the Cold War.
Yeah. Even more than World War II.
Name a war, because my father was at Bay of Pigs, Vietnam. My grandfather, World War II. His father.
I'm from a military family.
And his father's father was a Buffalo soldier. All right. It would have went with me, but I had flat feet, so I couldn't go. But my son's ended up going to the Air Force. My nephew's at the NSA. My other, not nephew, but cousin is a high-ranking person at the NSA. And he does some amazing shit. One, we would have so much intelligence on all of you. Like, we would know before you make it. I have a database myself, a personal collection of data on people shit like this online. I literally do have resources to reach. So that's why I would do what I would do. You wouldn't even know it was me. You wouldn't even know it was me. If you drink your water, you die. There's that. If you get a sneeze and a cough in a park, you die. You don't even know. If a drone just happens to drop, bro, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? If a drone just happened to drop some C4 or
you're a psychopath.
Like, yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, C4, like all kinds of shit.
Sounds like
you know what I mean?
Business. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Absolutely. But here's the thing, like my whole point of it is that there's a law that helps protect this stuff. Look at March 27, 2019. It designates white nationalist groups as domestic terrorists. If you killed a terrorist in America, would you go to jail? No. If you detain one, would you go to jail? Nope. But before I outed that person, I'd have a whole database on who they are. I could show you their social media. I could show you their IP addresses. I could even show you the VPNs. I could even show you the texts in their phone. I could sit in the background of your phone. You would never fucking know. My nephew showed me how to do that. All right? The network systems developers. All right? We can look at all the texts you send so that when we do go to court and explain this, if you have to, we would just show the court, like, hey, you didn't delete a fucking citizen. We deleted a creature. We did America a favor by eradicating white nationalists.
My daddy's the judge, so he would go in my favor.
Your dad would go too. He'd be the first one to go. They're inside of the judicial systems. No, seriously, like they're inside of the judicial systems, EMS, the police. Some of y'all I know, like Manville and them are EMS operators, and they have whole white nationalist threats and stuff like that. But I like Manville. He's pretty cool. Yeah, he's an EMS guy. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some motherfuckers that on this app that's living in Connecticut and shit. Like we already kind of know some of you guys really are, like in a real way. Like I don't think you guys would get away with much, right? I can even take your audio and use AI and then find it anywhere on the internet because it acts as an actual fucking fingerprint and find out exactly who you are, back engineer your pictures, all kinds of crazy shit, you know? But here's the thing. Before I get dive into all that, because there's way more tools that I have at my disposal than that, I'm just saying that if you leave us the fuck alone, you would have nothing to worry about. Your children won't turn into meth calf.
Oh, that's messed up. I'm sorry. Like that was messed up. Like that was messed up that you said that about Austin Metcalf. And he didn't deserve to die for that. I'm sorry, dude.
He told me he was gonna Metcalf me earlier.
Oh, that's messed up.
Well, if we go to war,
guys, let's get along.
Proposed war.
I didn't propose the war.
This is the response. You said there will be a war if we ever got reparations.
No, I'm saying, yeah. I mean, I don't want there to be war.
You'll be the first.
Listen, then stop talking about
Wait, Beaver, can you walk me down, like, the path of, like, war, or why reparations will cause a war?
If some, like, libtard became president, like AOC becomes president, whatever, in a nightmare scenario, and then they somehow finagle reparations, cash payment, the rednecks in the South would fucking rise up. They would get their their AKs, their pistols, their secret grenades, or all that shit, and they would go. They would
No, first of all, no. The rednecks in the South are with us right now on they don't give a fuck. Yeah, the rednecks in the South, yes, they are. It's the hillbillies that's like, no, this is our heritage. And you are our property.
Hillbillies all the same.
Money bag, yo.
No, hell no. Rednecks are they the badass Stone Cold Steve Austin beer crushing, heart
And they would fight. They would fight alongside us.
they fight alongside us. Yeah, like the rednecks.
Listen.
Yeah, they with us and shit like that. They the ones who they mama cook like our grandmama like that and shit like that. That's how you tell the difference. Who making food?
Night King, just tell it as, listen, they are going to relocate us all to the middle of the country. And it'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
I told you could be a part of my
Slow news day again. Y'all talking about reparations again, man. I'm starting fucking lose.
No, look.
Fucking lose.
Hold on.
Well, we talking about the war scenario.
I don't care. It's the room title. And I'm gonna start fucking losers.
Hold on, brother. Before you come in talking about some crazy shit, this is what your people's gonna talk about, man.
No, unfortunately, y'all allowed it to come in this space. Y'all want that to come in this space. That's what's crazy. Y'all want that. This happens like every day. Y'all want that. Y'all know ain't no fucking reparations happening. Y'all know ain't nobody get reparations. This is what I be saying. This is why I don't really like associating with white folks. Because they ain't fucking dumb. They know ain't nobody getting no fucking reparations.
But how you gonna blame the white folks?
Because this is their space.
Wanted to talk about it.
This is their space.
Can't blame the white folks for that.
This is their space.
This my space too.
Yeah, this is our
not
space,
your space.
nigga.
Yeah, this is Timothy's
This
fault.
my space
Yeah.
too.
It's not here.
Nigga, this is Black Planet.
I'm in here.
It's not your space though, Timothy. You be modded in here.
No, the black people co-opted this space. It's theirs now.
But this is stupid. Like, and I'm gonna say that to niggas too.
Well, then
Like, stop talking about fucking reparations to white people.
So because I'm a nigga, because I'm not white.
Stop talking about reparations to fucking white people. All they doing is sitting there laughing at niggas and
I
gaslighting
got
niggas.
some Forum Charleston White. Hey, look,
Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. I'll spit in your motherfucking face, nigga.
Yeah.
It's a bitch ass nigga.
So because I'm not white, this not my space.
You know what I'm saying is a reparations conversation with these kind of white folks is going nowhere. I can guarantee you that.
It's just Beaver that's pushing back.
I
Beaver's the
guarantee
only
you
white
that.
folk on stage, for real. Everybody
This
else
room in
is
general.
colonized.
I've been in conversations in community with Matt Cool
Beaver
and all
gonna be the
these white
first
for years.
motherfucker coming in out of his goddamn pockets because he don't want to get punched
Nah,
in
he
the face.
just expressing himself.
What you said?
I mean, I'm just trying to understand.
Beaver will be the first motherfucker coming out of his pockets because he'll be scared to get punched in the face. Here, guys. Here goes. I only got his $5.
What is the obsession with the reparations conversation? You
No,
gotta ask
bro,
them.
I have to say before you know, bro, this ain't your conversation. This ain't what you want to be.
We sit at a table in our chat and be like, hey, let's talk about reparations today. Like, that's not really how it works, man. We just casually will have a conversation on stage, and either a brother or a sister will bring up reparations. That's exactly how it happens. And whether you agree with it or not, somebody like me. Hold on. So whether you agree with it or not, it's looking like the realest path towards, the realest path towards reparations are happening with the rise of the DSA. Now, I'm not talking about us in here because, we have eyes that see beyond sight. But it seems like the DSA is really garnering that black woman vote. You got James Tallarico walking through Boston with Obama. You got Abdul Saeed, and if you look behind, every time he gives a speech, there's black women behind him. Mamdani. And if you look at what they believe in, they believe in reparations for Jim Crow and slavery era. Now the DSA is rising with the extremism that you see in Iran and Gaza. People don't want to vote for AIPAC money. CNN just did a report where Americans as a whole, the trust in APEC.
The situation is different between those different places.
You can talk after.
Thousands of kilometers distance.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done. So, also 49% of all Americans want Netanyahu arrested. That's a new stat as well on thehill.com. So this rise of the DSC is a direct response, American response to the extremism that we're seeing overseas. And they're going to win more elections. You just
It's
wait.
actually a direct response to MAGA behavior. Like this is literally, it's literally the same type of thing that the Tea Party ushered in 2013, which was kind of an extreme right-wing group, and it led to MAGA's development. It's the same type of situation, man.
Right.
It's just the extreme left version of it. And y'all just gonna fucking deal with it just like we didn't have to deal with it. It is what it fucking is. But the reality is, communism is not coming into America. Like this is propaganda speech. This is motherfuckers scared because they know they about to lose the midterms because they have not done a good job. It's really that simple.
Right.
Otherwise, that guy, Ken Paxton wouldn't have an opportunity to lose if he wasn't such a piss poor like person. It's that simple.
Right.
Tallarico is coming in with some reasonable conversation with people, and to say that he's only getting black people shows that y'all don't know shit about my state. He's actually like been hitting them rural towns.
Not only.
Yeah, he came.
Yeah, not only. I'm just.
He came to Houston. He was out here yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be out here a little more moving forward because it does matter to get these big cities. But the reason why Tallarico beat Crockett is because Tallarico understood that Texas is full of small towns. All right, and you got to go to these small towns and let these rural folks know, hey, these big city motherfuckers, man, these MAGA people, they don't give two shits about you. School voucher program is gonna hurt you too. Like you're a rural town. So it's like when it comes down to it, that's how Tallarico is winning. It's actually black folks are giving him the most difficult time.
Well, if you look at his movements, walking through with Obama, like all of this is for show. Walking through Austin with Obama, going on the Breakfast Club. If we talk about the masses of black people, sometimes that's enough. You know what I mean? Just to get, behind something. But I think the DSC as a whole, they're going to get the black vote because they're going to get not the American vote, but Americans on both sides of the Republican isolationists, American firsters that are away from MAGA, that are breaking away from Israel. We got James Vance, who just went Rogan show and accused Israel of running propaganda campaigns on the American people to keep the Iranian war. So that's the trend line that I see going on, and that's what I think will boost the extremism that you see in Iran, the mishandling of the Epstein, the extremism that you see in Gaza, and the current state of the economy. You're going to see a lot more DSA rising.
I don't think so.
Those are not
I really don't think so. Because DSA, they want a lot of things that black Americans don't want. They want open borders. They want a whole bunch of crazy shit. So that's not going to win.
They're not a monolith.
It might
They're not a
win
monolith.
City.
They're not a monolith.
It might win. We might win New York City. It might win LA. But that shit is like crazy as hell.
Man, I agree with Tallarico is not a fucking democratic socialist.
We see Madami. He's actually failing New York City. The middle class black people, which I know personally, right, who own houses and stuff like that, their property taxes are going the fuck up. It's like they're not really happy with the outcome. You have to remember, if they don't do well in governing over their cities, they're going to fail. It's going to backfire. You see, when the presidential election coming up, the Democrats have who? Newsom, AOC. They're going to get clobbered because they're not. Marco Rubio.
Anybody who believes AOC is going to be the Democratic candidate is slow.
No.
Like it's like that's even suggested. Yes, Gavin Newsom has positioned himself from the beginning to be the biggest name. But let me say this. Hey, that California shit ain't gonna fly when the primaries come, man. Like it's not gonna fly.
see. And I know Tallarico's not a democratic socialist, but his ideas toe the line, and he has similar viewpoints against Gaza. He has enough of the viewpoints to get the black vote, to get the...
And a lot of MAGA people were against going in, like, this is what's crazy. This ain't like a left-wing thing.
On both sides of the coin.
Like, a lot of people were against going into Israel. A lot of people were against neoconservatives. That's why when this war shit started happening again, I started coming into these spaces and started calling these MAGA supporters neocons, because that's what y'all support. Like, y'all voted for this shit. Y'all wanted it.
I told you it's a trend line on both sides of the coin, and I think it's going to filter out and...
Both sides ain't got us in this war, though. Why do you wish black people would all switch to the Republican Party? All y'all would do is leave.
We would do it.
The fuck? Like, when y'all say dumbass shit like that, this is what I realize, man. Y'all don't have, like, real, like, political understanding. Black people would vote for whatever worked towards them, by and large. Alright? The Yo-Dogs of the world, some of the other black Republicans of the world on this app, they're actually in the minority in the black community. Alright? So the vast majority of these people vote because these policies seem, and the key word is seem. I'm not even saying that it's actually beneficial towards us. I'm saying that the Democratic agenda seems to benefit us more. That's just what it is. If you guys can go through the last, since the Civil Rights Act, and can name me anything other than the opportunity zones, which actually benefits high income earners who get into that capital gains tax bracket. So it's not even benefiting black folks. So if you can show me one agenda, if you can show me one national agenda.
Oh, you talking about that agenda that benefited white women more than
I'm talking about one initiative that the Republicans have pushed over the last 50 years that would have made black people
Republicans used to be known as the Negro Party?
Man, look, that's why I said the last 50 years, brother.
Oh, okay.
And you also know that the switch actually happened during FDR.
We've been hurt by this thing, right? The two-party system. And some of the things that Ron said, I can agree with, but he's also leaving off the end game results. The report card is in it right now. Sanctuary cities don't benefit Black Americans. You see what happened in LA. You see what happened in LA, right? With these type of cities, with these type of criminals commit crimes and they get turned over to ICE, right? That hurts our community. You see our population gets stagnated from the Democrat Party. Everything they give us a birthday cake, right? It looks all nice, the icing tastes good on the top, but it's really shit inside of it in reality. Our families, they have did hideous things against us recently. So I'm not a fan of the Democrat Party. They may pat us on the back, get one of us in office, but that's about it, man. They don't have really true solutions to what we need.
You think the anti-immigration shit is about us?
No. It don't matter.
And I'm not even one of them niggas. Nathan, in all of my conversations, you've actually never heard me speak highly about, like, immigration.
Gotcha. Well, let me pivot a second.
But I think that y'all give that too much. Because our issues were happening before these immigrants popped up.
Rob, what are you actually pushing back on as far as the combo? Who came in on 10?
I'm pushing back.
Trying to finish up.
No, I'm just saying. I'm also talking about Holly's school choice wouldn't benefit Black Americans. It would hurt us.
I disagree.
I can't talk for long. I got a man. So the thing about reparations, which is hilarious to me about this conversation, right? These people. So if a person raped somebody, murdered that person, enslaved somebody for 5 years, and kept doing that shit for 30 years, right? And got wealthy over those actions. And when that person finally get locked up and they got $30 million in the bank, wouldn't you want that money to go to the victims? If you say no, something's wrong with you. You're a pedophile. That's the same shit with this conversation that comes when it comes to reparations. People were murdered, enslaved. There's pedophiles, rapists, Epstein's times 10. So why, if they give reparations, it actually will benefit the economy, actually. Black Americans would just use the money to start up jobs. Buildings would be built, houses would be built.
Nathan, I swear I just said all of this, but brother.
My bad, brother. But understand, we would rather give money over to other countries by the tens of billions of dollars. Are y'all some Epstein supporters or what? I'll land.
Welcome on board, Nathan, brother. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't get this again, especially people of the culture, the pushback on reparation reception, especially when it comes in a form of something not even, we don't even have to get the dollar signs. Let's just, hey, give all black people the ability to go to school tax free. Just free ride. Any school. Fuck it. What'll be wrong with that?
I'm gonna give you the data.
No way. You guys don't make it in
best
school.
separation. This is the best.
Yeah. Y'all don't see the bigger picture.
The crazy thing about it, we have 640 million acres of federal land that the federal government has. So we only have a population of about 40 million Americans. So if they can give everybody an acre, still have 600 million acres left over. Like the math just not math added up, bro. It's like it's hilarious. I look at people sideways now, and they're like, "Oh no!" So you gotta be some Epstein support, bro. This shit is crazy.
The intentional disruption of black upward mobility, especially when it comes to financial institutions and certain job discrimination. What more do you need? Let's not even address the patent office. There's too much there that even y'all can't even talk about in this room. Because you're like, no way the niggas invent this. But it's on paper. There's towns, there's plaques, there's actually sites. Y'all will say they don't exist. Y'all make me sick, man.
That's the kind of reason why I said we shouldn't keep having conversations with them about this, because they gonna play dumb. You can bring all the fucking factual information.
I will bring up slate markers.
That's why all this shit is relevant.
St. Martin's Lake, which used to be a prominent black town, which was part of the
they're not gonna understand that, because they're gonna play off truth. They're gonna tell you
and markers.
They're gonna tell you that you weren't directly wrong. They're gonna tell you that you weren't directly wrong. Holly, you need to stop this. You need to stop this.
You got to keep bringing it up.
You look like a clown.
Every time I turn on the news, I see some commercial about some Jewish lady in Germany, poor as hell, and it's just a few pounds. They just donate money. I mean, how many movies do you see that come out in Hollywood about stuff like that? So, I mean, maybe we'll stop talking about things up the chair. I shut the fuck up. I promise you I will. I mean, this is crazy, bro. I mean, it's like, then we talk about veterans, right? And it's like, oh, what about the veterans? Don't you know there's veterans who was discriminated against, got their benefits stolen, never got paid? Look, black Americans, right, in World War II, both my grandfathers, right, came back, didn't get these fucking benefits.
Nathan, they don't care, Nathan. These are the people, these people don't care. I'm gonna stress that to y'all. They weren't white. There were white Americans around during the GI Bill era. There were white Americans around during Jim Crow era. You feel me? These are your grandparents and parents. They don't care. That's the issue. Like I've been telling people, no, hold on, just listen to what I'm saying. Just listen to what I'm saying.
I think they do.
Just listen to what I'm saying. Just listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, fam.
I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Our issue is with the United States government and justice system, all right? That's who our issue is with. It's not these everyday white folks. The issue with white folks is that they turned a blind eye to these atrocities for the most part. Yes, there were a handful of white folks over the time. We know about